Have you ever noticed how easy it is to give advice to someone else? Yet when it comes to your own life, everything feels complicated? Why do we see solutions so clearly for others but struggle with our own problems? The answer lies in a fascinating psychological paradox, and today we're going to break it down. Imagine a friend comes to you, frustrated about their job. They hate it, they complain every day, and they want out. You listen, nod, and say, "Just quit. Find something better. You deserve more." Seems obvious, right? But when it's your job that's draining you, suddenly quitting feels impossible. The same advice you gave so easily feels risky, uncertain, terrifying. Why? Because when we look at someone else's problem, we see it objectively, without emotional baggage. But when it's our own, we are trapped inside the story. We feel the fear, the doubt, the consequences. Our brains are wired for survival. This means avoiding pain and uncertainty at all costs. Change, even positive change, feels like a threat. When you tell a friend to leave a toxic relationship, you're not feeling their heartbreak, their loneliness, their fear of the unknown. But when it's your heart on the line, suddenly staying feels safer than leaving, even when you know better. It's like standing outside a maze and guiding someone through. You can see the exits, the dead ends, the shortcuts. But when you're inside the maze, everything is confusing, overwhelming. This is why self-awareness is so important. It helps you step outside your own maze. Have you ever procrastinated making a big decision, even when you knew what had to be done? It's because familiarity is comfortable, even when it's bad for us. You might hate your routine, but it's predictable. The unknown, that's scary. And so, we stay stuck. Philosopher Søren Kierkegaard called this the dizziness of freedom. The moment you realize you have choices, you also realize you are responsible for them. That responsibility can feel overwhelming, so we avoid it. We delay, we rationalize, we stay in our comfort zones. Even Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, admitted that the hardest battle was not with the world, but with himself. So how do we start applying our own advice? Here's the key. Create emotional distance. When facing a problem, pretend it's happening to your best friend. What would you tell them? This trick shifts your perspective and helps you see your situation more clearly. Accept that fear is normal. Your brain will resist change. Expect it. Instead of fighting the fear, acknowledge it and take action anyway. Start small. Change doesn't have to be dramatic. If quitting your job feels overwhelming, start applying elsewhere. If leaving a bad relationship feels impossible, set boundaries first. Action builds momentum. At the end of the day, knowing what to do is easy. Acting on it is the real challenge. But remember this, the future you want won't arrive on its own. You have to step towards it. So ask yourself, what advice have you been ignoring in your own life? And more importantly, when will you start listening to yourself? If this video resonated with you, don't just think about it. Take action. Hit that like button, subscribe for more insights, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Let's break the cycle together.